What can I do with you?
Oh, nothing. Just wanted to come out here, see what's going on.
Okay. Are we done, or what would you like to do?
No, I just want to figure out what you're going to do, Adolfo. I mean, is it...
Well, thank you very much, Mark.
Steve.
Appreciate it. So here's the deal. I don't see a single no trespassing sign up. The doors are not locked. The building's open. I don't think you'll want to be here all day, but when the building does close...
Oh, of course. Time, place, man restrictions. Yeah.
So anyway, I
Thanks,
will let you get to it.
Mark, Corporal, appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Be safe out there.
Welcome back to Mr. White's channel. Today, we're heading to Burien, Washington, a city near Seattle with over 50,000 residents, known for its legal controversies surrounding transparency and civil rights. But this isn't just another First Amendment audit. It's a full-blown legal battle between a power-hungry city manager and a citizen who knows the law inside out. November 21st, 2023 at Burien City Hall, a citizen conducting a First Amendment audit was ordered to leave a public conference room by the city manager, who falsely claimed it was a restricted area. The problem? There were no signs, no legal basis for this order. When questioned, the city manager stumbled, failed to cite any law, and decided to call the police to handle the situation. But the story doesn't end there. When officers arrived, the citizen refused to provide ID, cited Washington state law, and completely debunked the trespassing claim. In the end, even the police had to back off, leaving the city manager in a humiliating walk of shame. This video comes from the official channel I AM Free Inland Auditing Media. Be sure to visit and support them for more fights for civil rights. What do you think? Was this a legitimate First Amendment audit or a clear case of government overreach? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on the hottest ID refusal, First Amendment audit, and civil rights videos, hit like and subscribe to Mr. White's channel now.
Oh, no. Good to go. Thanks. Okay, thank you.
Hi, this isn't a public space. This is the city conference room. It's private.
Why would you say that?
Because it is. All out here is your public space, but in here isn't. There's proprietary.
You pretty confident of that?
Sorry?
Are you pretty confident of that?
I can talk to. Let me get my paralegal for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Appreciate it.
Can you come out and wait? While
I can't. I'm looking at something. But if they want to come on back this way, I'm happy to talk to them.
Sir, can you please exit the conference room? I'm just following my boss's directions.
Oh, no, I totally understand. I appreciate
But
that.
if you could do me a favor, and while I double check, because I'm sure you're right, but if you could do me a favor, because I need to follow directions, if you could wait with me.
I totally understand you do. Fortunately, I'm not in the
Chris,
same situation.
Can you call Adolfo, please?
Thank you for checking, though.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
no problem.
And I promise I won't erase based on the do not erase.
Yeah, because then
I'm going to be reasonable. You thought I was going to erase it, put like a hangman thing and play a game in here or something.
No, sometimes honestly what happens is we have IT test us, and we have people come in here and try to plug into our network. So that's why they're usually off limits.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, gosh.
I mean, anything you want, you can do a public records request.
Oh, sure, yeah. I may do that here in a minute. But yeah, no, I totally get that. I mean, I guess for IT, they just want to make sure people don't have the ability to plug into the network or, use a network password or something like that.
I've had people do that.
Yeah, it does suck that there's people out there that, do things that aren't good and destructive.
I know.
Whatever.
It ruins it for everybody.
It does. That's the battle of freedom, though, isn't it? It's messy. It's a messy.
Did you go to the council meeting last night? I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
No, actually, I am not from Burien.
Oh, where are you from?
A bit south of here, kind of in the font of the state's power-ish area.
Oh, Olympia-ish.
In the area. By the way, I'm Steve. What's your name?
Steve. I'm B.
Hey, nice to meet you, B.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
And
You ready for the holiday?
No.
You're not?
Not at all.
What?
Not at all.
Not a fan favorite of Thanksgiving?
No, it's like my favorite holiday. But all my family's back east.
Oh.
And I'm just, it's way too expensive.
Oh, yeah. What's, is like, well, no. You don't have a southern accent, so I'm guessing it's got to be New England area.
New York.
Yeah, honestly, I was about to guess that.
Where are you from? Seattle?
I'm from Washington State. Yeah, I am from this area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now, I have been to New York twice, but it really doesn't count as being in New York because it was like landing at JFK
And then
and LaGuardia, that kind of thing.
Adolfo, I just want to make sure the conference rooms, we have a gentleman here who wanted to tour, but my understanding
How's it going?
the conference
Hi.
rooms are off limit to public.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you having an interest in the city. Conference rooms are not a public space. If you'd like to sit out here in the public space, you may.
Yeah, I was
But
just
in
talking to
terms
B
of,
about that. I was curious, like,
Hang on, let me just finish sharing. with
Sure.
you. This is not a public space. This is, so you're welcome to spend time in the public space. However, I will have to ask you to leave the conference room.
yeah, and I'm curious, like, what leads you to believe that this is not a public space?
I'm the city manager, and I'm informing you that this is not a public space because there is a closed door, and this is the public space. So
Gotcha.
I've already informed you. If
Yeah.
you choose to remain in the public room, you may. If you choose to remain in a place that's not public, then unfortunately I will have to take other steps. So it's your choice.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go with option B on
Okay,
the other steps.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, buddy. What's happening? Talk to me.
Nothing, just working on something.
Okay, but you can't be in here. You can be here. No problem.
What leads you to believe that?
They told me you're not allowed to be in here. This is a conference room.
No, I get it. Just like you're not allowed to wear those sunglasses.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I just said you can't wear those sunglasses.
Why? Okay.
Exactly. Kind of. See my point?
I know. But let's.
Just because somebody decrees something doesn't mean it outside of
I understand.
There you go.
I understand what you're saying.
So my point is this: the whole time, place, manner restrictions that he's inferring are not accurate. So what I'm saying is, before the city goes down this road, I'd highly recommend to at least call city council first. Because here's the great thing.
Well, he's on city council.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, council. I mean, as in legal counsel. Call the city attorney. Because here's the thing. You seem like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Down to earth.
Yeah.
I don't really know about the city manager or administrator, whatever his title was again. But the point I'm getting at is this. You don't want to get tied up in something that's unnecessary. He doesn't want to get tied up in something that's unnecessary. And the best thing to do, call the attorney, right? Because he's the one that puts himself or herself on the line for being the decision maker in terms of saying, yes, this is allowed or not. Because I guarantee you this, what the city doesn't want to do, and any participants on behalf of the city don't want to do, is make the wrong step here. That whole Seventh Amendment's a bruiser. Granted, it's number 7 in line, so a lot of people kind of tend not to think about the Seventh Amendment a lot. It's the one that gets the ugliest, though. It's the most expensive one.
But that's all fine and great, but why do you want to be in here? And
I was just gathering some video and still photo images.
okay. Did you get them?
Not done yet.
Well, why don't you hurry up and do that, and then we'll sit here, and then we'll just, I don't
Gosh,
get.
yeah, this is kind of
I'm not understanding your
it's
purpose.
kind of deviant. Yeah, but I mean, I want to be polite here, but it's not your place to need to know what my business is. Neither is it the city administrators.
I'm not so sure about that, my friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this going to turn into I need an ID kind of situation?
No, I don't need to see anything.
That's
They're just going to call the cops on it.
Yeah, I mean, gosh.
Do you want to do that?
If they got to do that, I guess they got to do that.
I mean, that's what you want then.
No, actually, what I'd really like to have done is just be left unmolested into doing my business. I'll be done when I'm done. I'm not going to burn the place down, or certainly not going to erase their message from the board over there. It says do not erase.
You already got that, didn't you?
Well, my point is I'm not going to do anything that's unlawful or
I
unreasonable
get you.
in this
I understand.
in this space.
I understand.
So-
But, they would like you to get out of here and sit in the waiting room. So,
Well-
you're telling me you're not going to do that?
Yeah, it's a completely unlawful demand.
Okay, so you're not gonna do that.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
No, I will when I'm done doing my business. If you guys need to call the police and they come over here and
Well,
talk
I'm
to
just
me,
gonna tell them that you are not gonna leave this room.
I will when I'm done. I'm not going to camp out here, but I've still got things I need to do.
And how long do you think you'll be?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
that's the
come on,
problem.
man. You see, now
Well-
you're not being reasonable now.
Well,
A
the
minute,
issue
10
here
minutes,
is
5 minutes? What?
the issue here is you guys are being unreasonable.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, reasonable minds can disagree.
Well, I'm trying to be reasonable with you.
I don't think you are, because
I am.
I don't think you appreciate nor understand the
No,
gravity
you
of
don't.
what's about to happen.
But you shouldn't assume you know me.
Well, I
And-
will now that you've said the things that you've said. So now that you've committed to making
No,
the
what
declarations that you have,
No,
I
what
will
I'm
assume.
what I'm saying is I understand you can come in here and do this. They don't want you to.
Oh!
I understand.
Whoa!
I understand, but my point is, get your stuff. And now, if you get your stuff while you're in here, it makes no sense why you want to still stay in here just to prove a point.
No, I'm not proving a point. I'm
Well,
not
that's
done
what it
getting.
feels like.
Well, you know,
Okay,
feelings.
so tell me how long it's going to take you to do what
I don't
you
know.
want.
I don't know.
What do you
but
need to-
here's the thing.
I don't
I'm
understand
working.
what you're in here for.
I'm
you
working.
took your pictures.
You guys are interrupting me. You're trying to
No, I'm not
rush
interrupting.
me out of here. I'm not going to be rushed.
No, I'm asking.
It's that simple.
I'm asking.
I'm not going to answer. You're escalating this to a point where it doesn't need to be escalated.
No, you
to.
are. You
And
are.
the fact of the matter is,
Because
you
there's
just
only one
said
thing to take a picture
something
of.
that contravenes what the city administrator said. You just contravened him.
There's only one thing to take a picture
That's
of.
absolutely not true.
There's
And I'm not
really
going to.
nothing here
That's not true.
that warrants sitting in here just to make your point that you say, I can do it.
No, it's turning into that, but I actually have other footage I need to get. Like, for example,
Like
gosh,
what?
consider I need to roll up these and take some photos from here. You have zero idea.
Photos for what, sir?
I don't need
Who
to
are
explain
you?
myself. I don't need to explain that.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
And what happens if I don't
The
explain that?
cops are going to ask you who you are. Because you could be a terrorist. I don't know who the hell you are.
I could be a terrorist.
You could be.
And it is possible I could have parachuted in from North Korea. It could be like North Korean
My point is,
paratrooper.
I don't know who you are or why you're here.
Look, you know,
Right?
you were being, yeah, but you don't need to know. You were being.
I don't need to know that?
You don't need to know that.
Oh, really?
You don't.
Okay, well, all right. Then I'm going to let them know you're not leaving.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Good talk, buddy.
All right.
Hi, bud. What's going on?
Hey, we're with the Burien Police.
Okay, great. What's up?
So we got a call. The issue is that you're in the conference room.
Yeah, here. Hold on, real quick question. Are you the chief?
No.
Okay, that's just a lot of service stripes. So,
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Deputy Ford, this is Deputy Hayden.
So the
Oh,
issue
your
that they have
deputies?
is they don't have a problem with you being out in the general space,
Sure.
but this is an office area conference room
Sure.
for City Hall and
Yeah, I get that.
local government.
Sure.
So they're asking that you step into the public space. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. They just can't have you in here.
Yeah, my business was and is in here. Some of the things I need to do are here. I need to clarify though. You guys are city police officers or you're deputies? I heard you say deputy.
We're employed by King County Sheriff.
Oh,
Contracted
okay.
with the City of Burien.
I see. Okay, I just wanted to make sure if it's city police or King County Sheriff's Department. Okay, fair enough. I totally get the disagreement here. The issue is I have things I need to do specifically in here. I get that the city administrator is arguing that there's a restriction on this place. There's no more ability for that individual to say that there's a restriction in this room, lawfully speaking, as there is out there, down the corridor that approaches their limited access area where they've got, employees only. There's no more authority for him to decree this space that than another, unless they go through the measures of ensuring that that's the case. And there's plenty of opportunities, as case law has afforded them, both at a state level and a federal level, to make those efforts. Just like they did, in fact, down the corridor past the ladies' desks over there, where you go to the door, a glass door very similar to this one. It says employees only, restricted access, they got badge access or whatever. I'm not saying they need to do badge access, but I'm saying there are opportunities for them to make it clear. What I'm getting from the city administrator, or whatever his title is a desire to want to know what I'm doing in a publicly accessible space when I don't need to explain that to him. And that's really what this comes down to, in my opinion. So I'll leave with a no trespass warning, but that's literally what it's going to take. I mean, I'll just be straight up with you guys.
Okay.
The city's going to have to put a no trespass warning ring on it. And
What, I guess I don't, I mean, I don't want to get into your personal business, but I don't understand why you're going through all this.
well, what I'm if I explained what I was doing, it would literally compromise what I'm working on. I mean, honestly, give me your business card. 4, 5, 6, 7 hours from now, probably not 7, 4 or 5 hours from now, I'll email you. Happily let you know what I'm working on. But if I told you guys right now what I was working on, it would completely compromise it. So I just can't do that now. Like I said, happy, I mean, to quell curious minds later, but I can't have it damage what I'm working on right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, look, I don't want there to be a no trespass warning. I mean, sure, it's just a civil issue, and, you know, you guys give me a warning, says you're trespass from here, and I leave. But, because obviously I don't want to go to jail. I'm sure you guys don't want to give me a free ride to the 3-star hotel.
I'm looking to avoid any further issue by just having you step outside those doors.
No, I
mean,
appreciate that,
that's-
but he just doesn't possess the lawful authority to make that edict. And that's the crux of this. He just simply lacks the
Have
authority.
you spoken to him today?
Yeah, briefly. It was a shorter guy, kind of longer hair. I think he, if I remember correctly, I think he said his name or his title was city administrator
City
or
manager?
maybe
city
city
manager.
manager.
That's, yeah. It's kind of
Okay.
what's that?
No, city manager.
Yeah,
That's probably
yeah.
who it was.
So initially, the secretary came over. I think she said her name's B
Okay.
or D, and said, "Hey, there's a restriction here." I said, "Hey, I totally appreciate it. It's not your thing." And so the city manager came over, and I briefly talked with him, and I said, the business I've got to do is in here. I mean, there's a reason why I rolled up these blinds, because I've got photos and video to take from up here so that I can't take from in there.
Okay.
So, it is what it is.
I'm assuming this door is open when you came.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, all recorded too. Now, like, obviously, if we all walked over to the glass door that's kind of in the corner over there, or over there near the employee bathrooms, you'd quickly see it's badge access, it's locked, it's marked, right? But I think, you guys see, you're a corporal, you've clearly been a police officer for a very long time. We all know what time, place, manner restrictions are. There's different forums, and they come with different rulings and understandings of how they can be used. This is a designated public forum. Everybody knows that. My son's 5 and he probably knows that. So the city manager just needs to figure this out. What I recommended to the city manager is just call the city attorney. City attorney will throw out there real quick. Publicly accessible space. This doesn't need to turn into something bad for the city. I was just gathering footage.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Do you have your ID on you?
I don't.
Okay. Well, let me get your information.
I'm not going to give my identity.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you my name's Steve.
Okay, Steve. So, Steve, they're asking us to have you leave the property
Okay. So it's going to be a no trespass warning?
because they're saying that you are trespassing on city property.
Okay.
There's going to be no trespassing warning.
Okay.
What we do is issue you a piece of paper,
Okay.
ask you to leave. You refuse to leave, you're subject to arrest.
Oh, I'll leave with the warning. I'm not going to go to jail over this. One thing I'd politely request, if I could, whoever is officially the person asking for the trespass, if I could get that perjury declaration form signed by them from RCW 9A52-115. That's the perjury statement they have to sign, that under penalty of perjury.
They're actually going to be listed as the party
Great.
in the
Okay.
case report.
Great.
And I can give you a copy of the case number, and then the case report is open for public disclosure.
I get that. If I could show you, though.
Mark, who would be the point of contact? Would it be Chris or would you
I would probably say the
Should we
city,
track down Adolfo real quick?
yeah, the city manager.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
My request, like I said, is to see if we can avoid even the no trespass warning by having them call city council or the city attorney first, because the city is just going to get jammed up over this, and I honestly think it's a kind of sort of innocent mistake. I think part of it isn't innocent, and I think part of it is just simply being unaware of what's going on. And here's the great thing: if the city attorney's called and Susie, Alex, whoever it is, says, "Yeah, get that terrorist out of the building," or whatever. All right, well, it's on the city attorney at that point for providing that counsel. At that point, if I was them, I'd probably rely on that counsel too. It's the city attorney. But I have a sneaking suspicion if the city attorney's called right now, the city attorney's going to say, "For the love of God, for all that is good in this universe, do not remove that man from that office.
Okay.
Because it'll be literally a terrible, awful exercise in the 7th Amendment.
All right.
The 7th Amendment's the most expensive of them all.
Okay. Do you want to talk to Adolfo a little bit?
I can.
Okay.
Oh, I can do that.
Maybe you could relay information.
And by the way, Corporal, I promise, the greatest naughty factor of all today, erasing the material on there where it says do not erase in the upper right-hand corner. Promise I won't erase that.
Okay. Are you, is this your first time in the building, Steve, or?
I've never been to Burien, actually.
Oh, never been to Burien.
Never been to Burien. Today is my first trip here.
I see.
So.
Okay. Well, he'll talk to Adolfo and
Okay.
sort it out.
And like I said, if I could politely request, oh, did it pull up? It sure did. I was getting terrible internet reception for a second. If I could show you this, not trying to tell you you suck at your job or anything. Okay. I'm not trying to imply that. I'm just wanting to see if I can get the correct outcome here.
Well, that's what we're working towards.
Yeah, no, I get it. So if you look here, removal of unauthorized persons, declaration form, penalty for false swearing. So what this is going over, you can see 9852, which is the trespass statute, right? And so what it does is it says the owner of premises or his or her authorized agent may initiate the investigation, request the removal of an unauthorized person. And then they have to fill out this form for the trespasser. It's under penalty of perjury. So the thing that I need is, if they're going to do the no trespass, I get it. I mean, it is what it is. I can handle that civilly later. What I'd politely request is just that that be filled out, because it is required to be filled out per the trespass statute. And from there, I can say, hey, did you say the city manager's name was Rodolfo?
Adolfo.
Adolfo.
Yeah.
Thanks. So if at that point Adolfo's wanting to triple down and say, you know, I am going to sign the perjury statement. Yikes, that's his choice.
We're going to try to sort it out, Steve. I'll be right back, okay?
You bet. I promise I won't do anything bad here.
I believe you.
Okay.
If I can talk to Narbrace.
Yeah, sure, Josh. Have you talked to Josh before?
Yeah.
What can I do you with, Steve?
Oh, nothing. Just wanted to come out here, see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we done, or what would you like to do?
No, I just want to figure out what you're going to do, Adolfo. I mean, is this going to be a no trespass warning from the city of Burien or not? When you're a city manager, I'd call council first, man. It's probably the smartest thing to do. The guy's got a JD for a reason. Yeah, that's the shaming education that's going on right there right now. Adolfo's being told this is probably not the way to go. I've instructed them on what the time, place, manner restrictions are. I have instructed them on my recommendation for them to call city council, and they're just simply choosing not to do that.
What's happening?
I was still in the room.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did they say to you?
Well, they're talking to the city manager right now, Adolfo. They're basically, I think, passing along my strong recommendation to the city of Burien, which is to not do the trespass, because, fun fact, you might not be aware of it. You may be aware of it, so I'm not trying to impugn you. But if you look in RCW 9852, which is the trespass law, and you go to section 115, that's a declaration form under penalty of perjury. So whoever the person is that's actually doing the trespass, initiating the trespass, whether it's the city manager, you, whoever, right? They have to sign this declaration form under penalty of perjury that the removal of the person for trespass with a no trespass warning is lawful. If it were hypothetically to be that that was an unlawful removal, the police are no longer liable, which is why the declaration form is signed. The person who initiated it is criminally liable.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really ugly trip down the shame train tracks. So if Adolfo does this, he's going to have to answer for if this is lawful or not. And I'm willing to bet my legal background that it's better than his legal background, and he might not want to get on that train and go for a ride, because it's probably not going to work out well.
I'm going to go down, get a trespass form.
Okay.
They want to follow through with the trespass.
All right. Hey, look, I mean, it is what it is.
He openly says that if you want to stay out in this area, they're saying this is an employee-only conference room.
Sure.
It's going to end up ultimately, I think, getting posted and locked.
Oh, so it's not posted and
maybe-
locked now? Is that reasonable to say?
Well, it says conference room has got a reserve on here, and it's not reserved until 3 o'clock.
And can I showed the corporal the statute, and this is honestly, this is for you and her more than the city or anyone else. This is for you guys to have that declaration form under penalty of perjury signed. And I think it can be printed out on your laptop. That,
I don't have a printer.
Okay,
so I don't know how I'm going to accomplish that.
Could you ask Adolfo to print that out, because it's actually for a trespass to be officially done for a no trespass warning. The declaration form has to be signed, and it's under penalty of perjury. And I'm just asking that be done because here's the thing: you're not liable in that case. What happens is he's swearing under penalty of perjury that my removal is lawful, and if it's not lawful, it removes liability from you guys, because you guys just say, hey. We were taking the guy's word. He's the city manager. He said it was lawful to remove him. And if an attorney later on finds out that it was unlawful,
I think I understand where you're coming from, but the report that I have to write actually has an addendum on the bottom of it that says this is a true and accurate report.
Does he sign it?
No, he doesn't sign it.
That's the thing is, if I could show you the statute, it means a lot right here, because it's a required thing by the legislature from that statute, from that section in the statute.
Okay.
Can I show that to you real quick?
Sure, absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Thanks. If I can have a couple minutes of your time to show you what I'm talking about, so you can see I'm not blowing hard or anything like that, I'd be happy to show that to you.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I got all the time in the world. So let me just preface just a couple things.
You bet.
Because a couple of the officers said, hey, there's a gentleman that's going to come up, and I don't think he was happy the way he was served. And I'm like, okay, tell me what happened. They kind of gave me the gist of it. I called the post office just to get their side of it, because I want it to be fair all the way around.
Yeah.
And so
absolutely.
I don't think this is about you being there physically. This is about you filming at the post office.
Yep.
According to, and we may just go round and round on this, but according to the person who's in charge at the post office, she says there is a poster there that is put up that says there shall be no filming in the post office, and this is due to security reasons.
Okay, I'll get on your non-firearm side, that way you don't have to worry about me. So, you're familiar with 9A52, because that's trespass. Section 115 is removal of unauthorized persons, declaration form, penalty for false swearing. And it says the owner of premises or their agent can request that this person be removed. Request to remove trespasser form. The undersigned owner or authorized agent of the owner of the premises located at blah declares all these following things. And at the end, it's under penalty of perjury. A declarant of premises who falsely swears on a declaration provided under this section may be guilty of false swearing under the perjury statute. So he has to sign that per the statute. If he does do that and it turns out that this removal is unlawful, A, you're protected as a police officer because you're only doing what he declared was lawful, and B, Mr. Adolfo gets to ride the shame train on the 7th Amendment train into court later on and answer for why he abused law enforcement's authority to have me removed when he had no lawful authority to do it in the first place. I'm just setting up my predicate for my filing.
All right.
Sir.
So what's the deal?
So there's, I don't know, good news, bad news? I don't know. I guess it depends on what I throw at you and see what sticks.
Okay.
I'm going to issue the trespass.
Okay.
City attorney's not around.
Okay.
Adolfo has no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to this declarant or a declaration of perjury. He's the city manager.
He's refusing to sign?
He doesn't. I don't have one. He doesn't have one. City attorney's not here.
He could just go to the state legislature website and just print it from there. Because here's what I would argue. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's I think about as confused as this whole thing is, kind of for the most part. That I'm a little confused by the whole thing too. So, at a minimum, I'll give you a case number. I'll give you my business card.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the trespass form that's on there. It'll have my name on there. It'll have his name as the person who is authorizing the trespass for the property.
Hayden, I really like you. You're an extremely nice guy. I just want to go the extra mile here because you seem so dang nice. and I don't mean this in an impugning way, so please
That's
don't
fine.
take it.
That's
Don't
fine.
take it like that. I would really like to get a sergeant or a lieutenant here. I'm requesting one.
I can
because
do that.
If you would. The only reason is because when I run across good government employees, I want you to be here and keep doing your job because I want.
Well, I appreciate that.
I want crappy government employees to not be employed by the government anymore, and I want the good ones to stay and keep doing good things.
Well, I can be honest with Steve. I don't encounter folks, and don't take this the wrong way, like you, that have whatever it is you're doing. Because I can't even speak to what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
This isn't something that occurs every day for me.
Fair enough.
I'm the middle guy trying to walk a fine line on both sides. I
Yeah.
don't want to violate your rights. They've got rights.
Look
They're
at
trying
that.
to run a government. I don't want to do anything to negatively impact them either.
Sure.
So
you're trying to find the right response. So yeah, if you could get
let me grab my boss.
be
I will
great.
have him come over here.
Cool. Hey,
Perfect.
thanks, Officer Hayden.
All right, give me a minute.
You bet. Hey, Sergeant.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, not bad. I was just sitting here talking with Robert here.
So,
Steve, as requested, Sergeant Leyba.
Well, thank you
Sergeant
very
Leyba,
much,
this is
Mark.
Steve.
Appreciate it.
so here's the deal. I don't see a single no trespassing sign up. The doors are not locked. The building's open for business hours. So I am not going to be directing my officers to trespass you today.
Fair enough.
What I will tell you is if anything gets damaged, if you try to enter any doors that are locked, that are clearly secured, you absolutely can be at least cited for, if not arrested for trespass. I think that's fair. I think that's fair game to let you know that.
Yeah.
But as far as this room, because they did not secure it and there are no trespassing signs up, as you've already mentioned to my officers under RCW, that's an affirmative defense for the RCW of criminal trespass. May I ask, obviously you don't have to answer, but may I ask what your plans are as far as leaving today at some point? Because
Yeah, actually, I mean, I was just explaining to Robert. I mean, I've got my footage now. This is why I rolled up these blinds and stuff. So I came here to get some B-roll footage of this area right here. This was a more advantageous place to take the pictures from as I was walking by than over there because I'm trying to get down there on the drag. It's, a few stories up. And that was it. But when the city manager decided he was going to try to turn this into a, sorry, I'm the Lord Baron of the fiefdom here, I'm not going to take that.
Understood, and I'll explain my logic to him, since he's the other party in this. I will say that in the future, if they decide, for whatever reason, the city government decides to put up no trespassing signs, just be aware that they might do that in the future.
Yeah, and there's civil recourse for that. If I disagree at that point, I can go to a city council meeting or whatever and say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. We have civil means of doing it, and I appreciate your civil process to this. I also really appreciate that your awareness of the affirmative defenses and whatnot. You're going to go and instruct the city manager on what that is. That's perfect. You guys have been great. I really appreciate the professionalism of the King County Sheriff's Department.
No worries. Like I said, the one time where you will have to leave is, obviously I don't think you'll want to be here all day, but when the building does close.
Oh, of course. Time, place, man restrictions. Yeah.
So anyway, I
Thanks,
will
sir.
let you get to it.
Mark, Corporal, appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Be safe out there. My. It's almost like I prognosticated.
Shit. Thanks, dude. I like that.
Well, Robert,
Pleasure, Steve.
pleasure to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too,
I'll
buddy.
shoot you an email, let you know
Yeah,
what,
absolutely. Let me know any way I can help out. Or
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tyranny needs to go away. We didn't have a big, nasty fight 247 years ago because we just felt like it, right?
Right, exactly.
We didn't say, God, it should be nice to shoot people with muskets.
No.
And, I have nothing else to do today, like farm and take care of my family.
Exactly. That's right.
Let me see if I can get Adolfo here. Hello, ma'am. Is there any way I could speak with Adolfo? Thank you. Yeah, I'll give it another minute or two here, and then we'll see if he's... I would be shocked if he came out. Oh, is that the police officer? It is. I can see the police hat over there.
Yeah. I thought it was my hat in the reflection.
Yeah, what he's doing, what's happening right now is the sergeant is explaining to Adolfo the finer points of section 115 of that statute.
I hear you come.
Oh, is he coming? Oh, okay.
Have a good day.
Hey, have a good day, Sergeant.
You too.
Is he going to come out, Adolfo?
I don't. I will take the stairs. Get my steps in today.
There you go. Well, you look fit anyway.
Take care, Sergeant.
Adolfo's unavailable.
Oh, is he? He's probably unavailable for the rest of the week and the month and the year.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Maybe in his car, do you want to email or call him?
Oh, well, it was just really, I was just hoping he could have enough fortitude to just, and honesty to just come out and address the matter. I mean, he called people with firearms on me, which I generally consider to be rude, right?
Robert, I can't comment, I don't know the situation, but if you want his card, I'm happy to get it for you. And
you know what, if I could get his card, that'd be great, yeah. Anyway, if you could ask him to, maybe just take a quick break so we could just, do what most of us did when we were kids, and just apologize.
His card.
Okay. No matter whether you're first class or coach, when you ride the shame train, it doesn't matter. You're still on the shame train.
Steve, I might have to give you an old-fashioned business. Oh,
hey, that's fine.
Cool.
No sweat.
I got a real deal.
And it was B, right? Not
yeah.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure I got it right. Hey, it was really great talking to you. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Take care.
All right, have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
So there's Adolfo Bailon, however you pronounce that. He's the city manager for the city.
The confrontation at Burien City Hall, Washington ended with a powerful lesson. When you know the law, you can push back against any abuse of power. At first, the city manager attempted to force a citizen to leave a public area, claiming it was a restricted space despite no signs or legal basis for such a claim. But when challenged with the law, he became flustered, confused, and ultimately called the police for backup. However, the plan backfired spectacularly. When officers arrived, the citizen refused to provide ID, demanded a legal justification, and cited RCW 9A.52, proving that no law was being broken. In the end, even the police had no grounds to enforce a removal order and were forced to back down, leaving a decisive victory for citizens' rights. 5 key lessons from this incident. Knowledge is power. Now, when you know the law, no one can unlawfully impose their authority on you. Without legal grounds, police cannot demand your ID. You have the right to refuse if you're not suspected of a crime. Public spaces belong to the people. Officials cannot arbitrarily declare them restricted without legal justification. Recording and exposing the situation is your best defense. Holding government accountable is essential. Stay firm and composed. If confronted with unlawful orders, question them, demand legal references, and stand your ground. Once again, the government failed. The police had no choice but to retreat, and the citizen won. What do you think? Was this a victory for civil rights or a clear case of government overreach? Let us know in the comments. Want more explosive content on ID refusal, First Amendment audits, and citizens' rights? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. White now.